Good afternoon. My name is Scott Redler, Chief Strategic Officer at TWLO.com, and hello, we're at the recap, the last recap before, if you haven't heard, the jobs report tomorrow. Everything's pending on it. You have a whole quarter-point rate hike that everyone's been debating and talking about and worried about, that might happen in September. That's causing trillion-dollar fluctuations in market cap. But anyway, whatever, I'm just kidding around. Anyway, it's the beginning of the month. Everyone said volatility would spike. It would be the September to remember. They said sell in May and go away, and that August would be the August swoon. And so far, we're still in this choppy 2-month trend line or 2-month trend that, thank goodness, has given us individual stock movement, and thank goodness we have all these different tactics to try and create cash flow as active traders. So I'm already babbling, and we're only a few minutes into the recap, so I'm just going to get right to the charts. Here's the S&P. The S&P, here, this is a little bit of the anatomy of 2016. Here is your, double bottom after starting the year on a real negative note. This wedge pattern broke to the downside below the 8-day, the 21-day, the 200-day. Boom, double bottom. First move up, came in, held the 200-day. Next move up, all of a sudden, the Brexit, world's going to end, rebound. And then really where traders made their money probably over this quarter was when you had only a slight pullback and we held higher. And then on the jobs report 3 months ago, that ignited the move above this 2-year range, above the highs of the year, and there you have it. So since then, this summer, it's been one big range. There's the bottom end of the range, and this is what we've been holding. So everyone keeps saying that, the world's going to end, and in order for the world to really end, okay, we're going to have a hard break and close below this, 2150-ish area where the 50-day is now moving up. Okay, this is not a lot of fun for a lot of traders. When you look at all these little tails here. Every time it looked like we were going to fail, we held. Every time it looked like we were going to break out here, we came in. Most of the gains of this entire summer were after jobs report. So this was that big jobs number, boom. Here we came in. This was, 2 months ago, or last month's job number. That was the big gains, and then now here we are right back to it. So I guess we'll see what happens tomorrow. The market did sell off, okay, when we had the weaker number this morning. Okay, I kind of think the market wants a semi-inline to strong number so they could just do a quarter point, get it out of the way, and that could be a catalyst. If we have a lukewarm number and everyone's like, oh no, what's going on here, then a lot of this indecision which we've had. So anyway, for tomorrow, you have support that's defined. This was what? 2157, which was above the low here of 2147, and then the power of reclamation. Okay, we had 2 lows to use. First, we went below 2161, also went below 2160, but then what happened? We reclaimed it. A little bit of a red dog reversal, or just to show you where who had control. In the morning it was the bears, and in the afternoon it was the bulls. And now we'll see what happens tomorrow. If we could break above this and hold above it, maybe there's a move in September, and the September to remember will be into new highs versus the spike in volatility that 97% of the people out there are saying could happen. So we'll see. So today when I don't even know, whatever that number was, came out and it was weak, the banks sold off quick. It's almost like the banks don't really want to go up, but they're like, oh, we have to go up because rates might go up, and that's probably good for us, even though we're laying off everybody and our business models are somewhat broken. So anyway, if you go to JP Morgan, just to give you the leader, okay, 2 days in a row now, okay, it's come in, tested the 8-day and held. So that is your support for tomorrow for JP Morgan. Okay, we had a nice trade here in JP Morgan, got long here, sold it into this spot, and I haven't really done much since. You want to look at one more bank for tomorrow, Bank of America. This also gave us a really nice trade. That was back here when it was tight and it broke out. I think I sold it into this. Now for 2 days it's held the 8-day where it looked like it was going to be game over, and it wasn't. All right, and here's your resistance. So if you're going to focus on 2 banks tomorrow, if the number's hot, JP Morgan and Bank of America are probably fine for you. At some point maybe they fill this gap here. If it's a hot number tomorrow, over 200,000 jobs, this could be something. But look where it came from. It's come a long way. All right, but it's still the 8 days in control. It's above the 21-day, so more of a bullish intermediate trend versus a bearish one. Like, look at this one. Wow, below the 8-day and 21-day for the entire first quarter. Okay, not this time. For the third quarter, it's been above it. So we'll see what happens for the fourth quarter, okay, as we get there. Let's go to high beta tech. High beta tech hangs around. If tomorrow wasn't a jobs report and I felt like it, I might have a little bit more risk on. I just didn't take risk. I've had risk on the last two jobs report. This one, I just don't feel like putting myself in that position. I'll be at my desk so at 8:30 to put, to press some buttons. You go to Amazon. Amazon still looks like best in breed. Look at this move. You could see the 21-day here that held. Okay, it's been trending, since the lows here. Can't even question this trend. This trend has been real strong. And now, if the market wants to rally tomorrow, okay, and they need a leader, hello, Amazon. What has it done recently? Look at that little red dog reversal right here, higher low, broke this descending channel here, and then held it. So Amazon, out of all the high beta names, looks poised for upside. So if the market wants to go up tomorrow, then they want a headline, Amazon makes historic highs into Labor Day weekend, yay. That's in the game for that. Google doesn't look poised for historic highs, but it's held support now many times. Okay, maybe they don't want anyone along for this ride, but all in all, it's been holding this gap up since earnings, and maybe one day it'll wake up above this descending channel here. Maybe when they talk about how they have no exposure to EU ramifications on taxes or whatever, or not, but above 794 and then above maybe 801, and this gets going again. For now, it's still testing everyone's patience. The overall pattern here on Google is really very nice. Here is your lower end of the channel, and here is the gap up after earnings, and you have a nice bull flag that at some point could wake up. Whether it's a big upgrade, I don't know what it's going to be, but if you're anticipating it, it hasn't been that easy. If you're waiting, then just wait, and you'll see at some point perhaps it gets back on its game. Facebook, still is hanging out very strong. We had a good trade in here earlier in the week. Ever since the Apple news, I've been a little scared, but because I know that they have a $3 to $5 billion looming IRS problem that no one talks about, but that's fine. That's why it's not going down, I guess. But anyway, for tomorrow, it still looks good. It's nice and tight. If it can get above, this 126.73, all of a sudden you have the post-earnings high. They did have I think one of their satellites blow up in the SpaceX blow up, which is unfortunate. But all in all, technically, this looks like a best in breed, just like Amazon. So these are A pluses, and we'll see what happens there. Tesla's been a D. Okay, thank goodness. I'm very risk averse, and I actually came in long today. Okay, why did Red Dog come in long? A momentum stock that was broken, a momentum stock that flashed two sell signals, one right here on this engulfing day, and then another right here when it lost to 200-day, because had a small Red Dog reversal. So I thought maybe let me try and be cute and sell it here. And then as I was walking into my office this morning, okay, first of all, I was in the doghouse because I went out with all the guys last night, had way too many shots and couldn't drive home, so I took a nap in my car, and I didn't tell my wife that I was taking a nap in the car, and she was worried sick, and it caused a lot of problems for me last night. So this morning I Ubered to work, and as I was in the clouds this morning, at least I was still thinking straight. I saw a Wall Street Journal, I picked it up, and the first title was friggin' Tesla, money problems, okay? I'm like, wow, I know they're gonna raise money, but it rallied off that. Let me just be careful. So I went, at my desk, I was writing my note. I always write my note. It was what time was it? It was like 6:15. I was sitting there, and then I didn't want to put up my computer yet because I did have a lot of different stocks on it. I was just like, I don't want it to change my mood, and let me just write the way I write. And then all of a sudden, I look at 7:05, I come in here at 7:30, and I see Tesla's up 50 cents. I'm like, ooh, thank goodness it's not down $5, $10 off of that news. So I started selling it. I think I talked about it in the morning call. And then I get back to my desk, it was flat. I'm like, you know what, I'm out of this. And all of a sudden turned around, it was down 5, down 8, and then wound up closing down 11. So again, if you sniff out something that makes you feel uncomfortable, just sell it. Okay, there's no reason to be in it. So anyway, you go back to Tesla. That's my story. Me and my wife have made up though since. She was just very worried about me. Anyway, here, this is where it broke. And if you didn't sell it like I did, you could have at least sold it when it broke below yesterday's low, which it should never have done, and now boom. Also, the news that SpaceX blew up, it's not helpful to them because they need money, and now all of a sudden they might have people backing out of that. And he's creating a one-stop shop, obviously, by taking over Solar City and then this, so his whole halo is getting a little darker for now. But all in all, momentum names are awesome when they're above momentum trends, above the 8-day, above the 21-day. And then this is actually where it changed. It lost it right here, tried again, and then lost it right there. And now, I don't know, closed on the lows. No reason to be long it if you're shorted. Okay, just realize it's a little oversold and you're gonna have to maybe have a little, back and forth type stuff. All right, what else? TWLO, ACIA, and PI. PI, Steve LeVay, you're the man. Took it into, I guess he does that. I don't take things into earnings, or maybe he bought it after, but came out with good earnings, new issue, broke above this spot. Good to see. All right, we need fresh blood out there, fresh stocks, and this one already at highs, and congratulations to him, and congratulations for anyone that bought it. ACIA got upgraded today. They kind of, sold it a little bit into the upgrade. No big deal considering the size of the run. I've been talking about this and charting it since here. Okay, and a lot of guys have made a lot of money with this, and if that's you, congratulations. Is this the man that wrecked the buffet? No, but anyway, here's when it broke above this, and then this was your earnings breakout. And then remember last Friday, at this time it held here, ignited above this spot, and now it's holding it, and then at some point it seems as if this little 3-day range might be able to go to the upside. So still looks really good. TWLO, we had a nice trade in, and then it sold off at the end of the day, so I didn't take it. It still looks fine. Just, whatever. Jobs report tomorrow is risk averse. Here's your nice breakout. Here's your red dog reversal. Look at that red dog reversal right there. I was keying on it today, thinking it could break above this little range here and close strong. If it closed strong, I'd be in it. It didn't. So I don't know what people may have found out. Maybe a downgrade's coming tomorrow. I don't know. So whatever. Got out of it, and I'll revisit it. But all in all, a nice new issue that people are having some success trading. LN, we've been out of it for a while. It hasn't been acting well. I don't know what's the matter here. On this day, I got back involved right here thinking, okay, maybe it's back in action. I sold it on this day when it lost the 8-day, so I didn't have to sit in this. And then all of a sudden, boom, that happened. I'm like, that shouldn't have happened. The Nikkei was up. I got out of it, and thank goodness. And I don't know what, we're going to have to wait. Let this rebuild and let this figure out what it wants to do next. Okay. Today, we had a little gift. Where was the gift? It was in the miners. Okay, when that weak number came out, knowing that the miners were oversold, knowing that metals were oversold, knowing that people a little worried to be short after a big move lower with the jobs report tomorrow, a weaker number could ignite it. We were looking for a red dog reversal in Nugget and the GDX. I went to GDX, and it happened. Yesterday around 3:52, if you were part of Redler All Access, which some of you aren't and some of you are, okay, I tweeted out, I said, you know what? Miners have come in a lot. I'm going to buy the $26 calls for Friday. Yes, yesterday was Wednesday. I'm going to buy it for Friday. Not a lot of premium, 29 cents. Just to have in, just in case. If it's an inline jobs report, maybe you get an oversold bounce. If it's a weaker jobs report that no one's expecting, maybe you have a big bounce and you make a lot of money. Or if it's a strong jobs report and it continues lower, you know what? Risk is premium paid. So today, prior, on that weaker number, you had a nice red dog reversal. What's a red dog reversal, you might ask? Okay, I might tell you then. What a red dog reversal is, after a multi-day move down, you want to look for a way to get in. It tried to do it here. Gave you a day-and-a-half move and failed into the moving average. This time, went below 25.33, made a new low of 25.17. You could have bought it with, what is that? 16 cents was your stop. And then boom, closed on the highs, and it was a nice day trade. Okay, I got long it, held it all day, sold the GDX on the close, but I held 2/3 of my calls. I bought them yesterday, anticipating maybe something for Friday. Well, it happened today. Bought them at 29 cents, and I sold some at, I think, 57 cents today, and I had an offer out at 74 cents, and I didn't get filled. So I have 2/3 into tomorrow, and I think if it's in line, you can get a little bit more follow through. You could probably see something to retest this. If it's a weak jobs report, you might even get a little bit more than that. But again, I'm not taking the stock, I'm taking options, and right now I'm playing with house money. If it's a inline, maybe you get a bit more of a bounce, and there'll be a buck or so, and 29 cents to $1 in a day and a half. Hey, sometimes the good guys win. I guess I'm hoping to be a good guy. I think my wife thinks I'm a good guy again, even though I fell asleep in the car because I couldn't drive home. But anyway, here was that momentum trend that broke. Here was the bigger trend that broke, and now we're trying to play an oversold bounce. So if you sold here and sold there, you had the luxury of buying it back here for a trade. And that's what we do, right? We trade. We're traders. Hey, prop traders. Yay. registered. That's what we do here at T3. We're registered prop traders, and we are professional at it. And we try and have a plan. And I write a note every day that takes me 2.5 hours. You could have it in your inbox if you sign up for it. It's very cheap compared to everything else out there. If not, you could watch the Morning Call Express, you could watch the recap, and I'll tweet things here and there. And hopefully you put all those dots together and you can make some money also, besides the premium products for those who trade all day long and want to be with us all day long, which there's a great community that does that. And with that said, tomorrow I will be trading in Short Hills. There'll be no morning call. I don't do them on Fridays. I have a little bit more of a relaxed version. I could actually wake up at 6:15 versus 4:45 on Fridays. Woo! And I'll be on the VTF talking about what I'm seeing, and I'll trade after the number, and I'm going in really light this time. Last time I had a lot of conviction we're going to break out. This time, I'm a little wishy-washy on what's next, so I'll just trade it or not. It's my son's birthday tomorrow, and it's also my wife's birthday Sunday, so I got to get out of the doghouse and get in the good graces, and I'm not going to be around all day. I'm going to trade the action in the morning, put some stops in, and then I'm off to celebrate all the good times ahead. And that is that. I hope you had a good week. I hope you had a great summer. Labor Day is here. The fall is coming. It means football. It means new sports for all you kids. Like a new semester. You can remember back in college, all the new girls would come up and it would be new meat. I'm kidding. No, of course not. But a new semester where you have fresh new teachers and you get to learn new material. And then also have new people come into the school that might be younger than you, and you can make new friends. And I don't know. I'm really babbling today. I'm going off on it. I hope everyone is doing all right, and relax this weekend. I'll see you in the morning tomorrow, or I won't see you, but we'll interact via Twitter or on the VTF, and then we'll talk over the weekend as everyone hopefully has something nice planned, so you could start the fall on a good foot and not fall. See, if you're on a good foot, you don't fall, but you're in the fall. So, put a play on words together, and I'm not really that funny or witty, but I'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a good night.